crazy.
Durant had 5 shots in that first quarter, only 4 more.
That is one big pile of shit.
Right now for the Rockets vs. Lakers series, why is there damage for Kevin Durant?
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all having a good day so far. So I am here. This is not a request or anything. This one just popped up on my feed, and I absolutely want to talk about this. This is from Uncut Hoops, and the title got me. Kevin Durant ruined another team. And I think it's the biggest thing to talk about so far in the playoffs. I mean, outside of that, we got a lot of injuries, you know, going on between like Luka and AR, Wemby with the concussion, and all that good stuff. And I know there's even more. But Kevin Durant, man, like, as I record this, we're 3 games in. The Rockets are down 0-3. KD missed the first game. The second game came back, couldn't handle a double team. Looked like had negative body language the entire game. Looked like crap out there. Went to the press conference after the game, complained about double teams. Like double teams is some new thing that never happened before. I don't understand how a self-proclaimed historian of the game didn't look up and how to didn't research and practice how guys like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, like all these guys dealt with double teams before his era. But here we are. And now game 3, he's got a sore ankle and he didn't play that game either. And the irony is, without him, they actually almost won that game. Some would say they should have won that game if it wasn't for the officiating, but the point stands. He's making teams worse. And how do we know that? Look at the Suns. I didn't know how bad Kevin Durant was until he played for my home team, and I was stuck watching him every single game. I saw the body language. I saw how miserable the players and the coaching staff and everybody was around him. And our record showed exactly what was going on. We didn't make the playoffs with him. Guess what? Without him, we're in. We're not great, but the fact that we could lose, a guy like that, and then we're actually a better team the next year, I think it tells you. And the Rockets, for themselves, they were way better last year. I don't know if you guys remember them. I was actually rooting against them last year because I remember in the Golden State series getting pissed off because they were kind of getting away with holding Steph Curry the entire series. But that being said, they were a good, solid team. They had an identity. They had toughness. Now with Kevin Durant, I don't see any of this. I think with all the burner account stuff and all that get off my Dickerson stuff, like, it just ruined whatever chemistry this team could have possibly had, and it's over. I'm guessing they're gonna just trade off KD at the end of the year, when this is all said and done, and they'll move on. It's crazy. So anyways, obviously I want to talk about this. So guys, as I always do, I'm going to link the original video from Uncut Hoops down below in the description of this video. Highly recommend this channel. You guys have been with me for a while. I've reacted to a lot of these videos. And Uncut, if you're watching this, what's up, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Everybody, shout out to channel members. Last thing I wanted to say, I appreciate you guys. And like the video, please. It helps out a lot. Let's do this. You heard my perspective. This is one of those I want you guys to know how I feel about it before we get into how other people feel, and I'll comment on that. But that way I'm not being influenced by anybody. This is just me watching and what I've been thinking over the last couple of years, really, about Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant was apparently going after a loose ball at practice on Wednesday, and he bumped knees with a teammate.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so soft.
The double on Durant, taken away by Smart. 6 of 19 in game 1.
Yeah, turnover machine.
Turnover.
Oh, he's choking. He's choking.
Durant looking for help.
Yeah, I don't understand what he's seeing.
They're up 2-0 against KD and the Houston Rockets, but KD is now out tonight, and the Rockets could be facing a 3-0 hole. Where do they go from here, Steve?
Oh man, when I looked it up last night, actually, it said that KD, it was his ankle, but I mean, it's probably just BS, anyways. I think he's ducking.
When it comes to the playoffs virtually every single year, one thing we see over and over again is teams choking and buckling under expectations. And look at the Western Conference, some epic choke jobs in process. As of course in Denver, down to...
By the way, I'm recording this before watching the next game in this series.
And Nikola Jokic is laying all-time duds.
As I record, the Suns just went down 0-3. Like, this is where I'm at. That game just ended.
On the other side, Kevin Durant versus the lowly Lakers are undermanned. Houston is down 0-3, and Durant's missed 2 out of 3 games with quote-unquote injuries. What KD's looking at right now is their first-round sweep in the past 4 years.
Yikes.
And assuming Houston does get swept, that means KD in his last 8 playoff games has gone 0-8. And his last playoff win was...
What?
That means KD in his last 8 playoff games has gone 0-8.
KD's 0-8 in his last 8 playoff games?
And his last playoff win was May 7, 2023, ironically, versus the Denver Nuggets.
What?
Ironic.
For KD right now as a
Versus the... What the hell?
player, a person, just kind of looking at his legacy, he is no doubt polarizing. In the past 4 years, have done him no favors. As look at Houston, his third team in 4 years that he's burned to the ground. If you're a KD defender coming this season, you had optimism and hope that Kevin Durant finally would have a championship run to prove the naysayers wrong.
Yeah, you know, me and my brother agree on most things basketball. This is one thing we disagree with. I've been calling out KD for years, and he still really likes Kevin Durant. But we'll always disagree on this one.
Look at this team post All-Star break. KD post All-Star break is done the exact opposite. As the Rockets right now are waving the white flag, and Durant is going out sad.
Durant operates over Ayton.
Bang. And I'd rather him chuck shots than these terrible passes he's been making. Not like that, though. That's a stupid shot. That's trash. Yeah, it is.
So, stopping that right there very quickly, looking at games 1, 2, and 3. Of course, Durant game 1, last minute.
I don't know, why did this just give me such a big laugh inside? Him going from this to, all right, now.
So, stopping that right there.
Yes, we're going to stop that right there. We're going to stop the trash right there.
Quickly, looking at games 1, 2, and 3. Of course, Durant game 1, last minute, a quote-unquote knee injury, was not playing. That was shocking.
But you keep seeing knee, I keep seeing ankle. Is it just full of crap? And I'm talking like on the NBA app is where I've been seeing this stuff.
Not the worst thing in the world. Now, game 2, horrendous play the second half.
And by they, I mean, like, does the NBA not know what's actually wrong with them?
But not the worst thing in the world. Now, game 2, horrendous play the second half, being an absolute no-show, 1 made field goal, and total 9 turnovers. That was abysmal. You're in an 0-2 hole. But looking at game 3, this is where you really lose me. As Durant in this game, looking at the last minute, the final hour.
There. Look. Left ankle. So is it a knee or an ankle? I mean, or is it just BS? Because honestly, that's what I'm thinking. Something is sore, and he's like, well, I can get out of this game. I think Kevin Durant's out. Like he's already accepting they're going to lose this series, and he's going to ask for a trade, and the Rockets aren't going to give him any resistance when he asks for a trade. I see it all kind of happening here. This is it. AKA, he's quitting on his team.
Was ruled out with a mysterious ankle injury nobody really knew about.
I think I can smell shite.
Yeah.
Now look, for NBA players getting hurt, getting injured, especially KD, it happens routinely, especially in the playoffs. But looking at KD's injury, there's kind of bizarre timing and they reek of something more. And assuming game 1 was legit injury, game 3, sorry to say
Unbelievable.
it,
Let's see. Well, what's so crazy about what's happening here?
Assuming game 1 was legit.
Austin Reeves comes in for the trap, okay? So he's coming in here. KD's only option is to immediately start moving in this direction. What's he do? Let's see.
Injury.
Oh, he backs up. That's great. Yeah, because it's basically an out of bounds line right here, KD. So I don't know why you're going there. You can't get anywhere. You're not getting closer to the basket here. They can just pin you up against that back invisible wall. Man, you got two options. You can split, which is risky, especially at your height, or you start trailing this way. But the real question is why does the 7-footer have the ball right here? Why does he insist on doing this? He should be somewhere in here. Have you guys seen his turnaround jump shot? It's actually great. Focus on that. Why is he playing point guard?
Game 3, sorry to say it, I just do not buy it. What this so-called ankle injury looks like is a smokescreen for Kevin Durant wanting out.
All right, so again, I'm sorry. This will be the last time I point it out, but he's been complaining in the press conferences so much about these double teams as though they're some magical strategy that nobody can beat. So let's see. Okay, single coverage.
What this so-called ankle
screen
injury looks like is a smokescreen.
Okay, so you can already see he's loose. He's already loose. You already know this is about to happen. So once again, we got this direction. This is all we could do. Or like I said, if you were a fast guard, which I mean, you're playing point guard. So if you were actually like somebody who should be playing point guard, you could split. But you're KD. So what are you going to do?
For Kevin Durant.
Oh my God. He tried to split it with a pass? Dude. Okay, wait. Okay, I swear this is the last one. But it has to be done.
It has to be done. Like is a smokescreen for Kevin Durant.
Trap. All right. You're going to pull out here. That's an easy pass to make.
Wanting out of
right there. You can make that. Oh my God. And you're taller too. You can pass over the head. But he's doing exactly everything wrong. That's all. He's just doing everything exactly wrong.
Houston wanting no blame for his team failing.
Bingo!
And look back at that burner scandal around the All-Star break.
Yes.
What was Durant saying about the Rockets team? Jabari Smith.
Who's Durant? You mean get off by Dickerson?
Goon, the whole supporting cast.
They called him a retard.
These guys suck. They're dumb. They're not great players. They're overrated.
Not my words. Kevin Durant's words, by the way. He straight up called him a retard.
Kevin Durant's burner scandal right there broke the entire team.
Yeah.
If you have weak leadership like Kevin Durant, he's trashing teammates behind the scenes, not showing up to games. That could break any team, but especially a young team, like Sengun, Amen Thompson, as was Reed Shepherd. So Durant in Game 3, him sitting out, I don't buy the injury, and it reeks of a silent protest.
And the Rockets are going to be able to close this one out.
You sure about that?
Smith steps in front. Smith just had to get it to his teammate, and a foul is called. Second body, Hachimura, and he turns it over. Get it ahead for James. Slaps it over to Kennard. Lakers are down by 3 for the tie. It's good.
Big shot.
Houston looking for the win. Şengün spins. Şengün off the side of the backboard. LeBron grabs it and calls.
So look, that Rockets Game 3 collapse was absolutely pathetic. And what it reminds me of was Reggie versus the Knicks in the mid-1990s. As looking at Houston, they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And look at those plays. I mean, low IQ turnovers, terrible fouls, just terrible clock management, clutch time play. Kevin Durant's burner scandal, what he said about his teammates, in all honesty, he really wasn't wrong. And again, looking at that so-called injury, the biggest indictment on Kevin Durant isn't he set out this game, is on the bench, he was not present.
I mean, he might not be wrong, but they sure did play better last year without him. And as the leader of a team, it is your job to get these. If these guys are stupid, like Kevin Durant accuses his teammates of just being dumb and terrible at basketball, isn't it his job to get them ready for the playoffs every day in practice? It's his job to lead them, to teach them. That's what all the other greats did. You think the Bulls were good back in the day? No. It took years of Jordan, just destroying them in practice to get them tough enough for the playoffs, to eventually beat the bad boy Pistons, to eventually become champions. It's a process. You can't just say my teammates are idiots and that's it. I'm just going to keep working on my shot all day. You have to get in there and get involved with your teammates.
If you have a so-called ankle injury, you twisted an ankle, it doesn't hurt that much.
Twisty
You can go out with your team and at least sit on the bench.
Kevin wasn't on the bench. Why?
In treatment.
Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
Yeah. Wow, I want to see that. I want to see his reaction again, how he said it.
Much where you can't go out with your team and at least sit on the bench.
Kevin wasn't on the bench. Why?
In treatment.
Yes.
Dude, the way he said it is so dismissive. Yeah. I definitely do smell some shite. No, come on, man. You can go sit on your bench. And you had treatment the entire game? You know? You couldn't sit on the bench and cheer your team on a little bit?
Definitely smell shite.
The idea KD the entire time was getting treatment, that's complete crap, that's PR speak. What Durant did in Game 3 was downright cowardly, as what he did in essence was quit on Houston, show no leadership, and try to absolve himself of any blame.
Yep.
If you're a true leader, you don't do that.
Charles Barkley was right all those years ago. He was right. He's not a bus driver, he's a bus rider. And Chuck took so much heat for saying it, but he was dead on, way ahead of his time.
What Durant did Game 3 was no doubt loser behavior and the antithesis of what a leader is not.
Pathetic.
The Rockets this series crumbling like Building 7, nobody could have predicted, even the biggest KD critic couldn't have called.
No, I didn't. And I'll admit when I'm wrong. I called for a first round exit for the Lakers. I'm apparently wrong about that one. This whole thing blew my mind. I did not imagine. I mean, here's the deal. You guys know how I feel about KD too. So this is a hard matchup for me because I want both of them to lose. But I really thought the Lakers were going to lose in the first round here. But I never anticipated this kind of performance by Houston. Not even close. Especially KD. This is mind-blowing to me.
I was looking at this team defensively, especially offensively, they're just completely lost. And what does it fall back on? Kevin Durant, the person, not being a leader. Look at the 2010s era. Who are the three best players? It's LeBron, Steph, 1 and 2, pick your order, and then Kevin Durant. Why KD isn't the LeBron tier, Steph Curry tier is due to leadership and what's upstairs. You might hate LeBron James, but compared to Kevin Durant as a leader, he's 10 times better.
Damn, I have to agree with you. Yeah, he is. And that's not saying much, but it's true.
And then, of course, Steph Curry, in my opinion, the best leader of the 2010s who elevates everyone.
Agreed.
The biggest winner of the Houston Rockets flameout is 1, Steph Curry, and 2, LeBron James. As again, comparing and contrasting, those guys' legacies as number 1 options are sealed and cemented. Kevin Durant's, it's still up in the air and honestly getting kind of worse. As looking at the post-Golden State era, when the playoff flameouts, the amazing duds are now piling up.
Deficit is 4. Durant pulls the 3. Missed it.
Jokic, 32 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds.
Edwards. Durant had 5 shots.
It's been oh man. It looks like MJ, man. I like when Ant-Man does this. Because I noticed he's got an open lane a lot, and this time it was contested, but my God. Do this more, man. Do this more. I'm a big fan when you do this crap.
Oh, Edwards!
Crazy.
Durant had 5 shots in that first quarter, only 4 more.
That is one big pile of shit.
Right now for the Rockets vs. Lakers series, why it's so damning for Kevin Durant is looking at all his playoff failures. This Houston vs. LA series is a combination of all those failures. As the most obvious, Houston could get swept, but the third time in 4 years Kevin Durant goes in the first round with a sweep.
Hey, man, you shouldn't have called Devin Booker a dictator, man. If you don't want to lead, then you got to fall in line with the leader. Now you're the leader here with Houston. It's not so easy to be the leader, is it, KD?
That's one aspect. The second aspect, Kevin Durant got traded to Houston as the guys that fix all their problems and lead them to the promised land. For the third time in 4 years, that's not happening. Phoenix saw it, Brooklyn saw it, and now Houston's seeing it. The third thing, the most important pillar, the chemistry collapse of every Kevin Durant team post Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Saw it in Brooklyn.
It's as simple as, I call it locker room cancer. You can call it a poison. You can call it whatever the hell you want to call it. But y'all ever get stuck in a group, or better yet, you ever work in a job where there's just one absolute menace that's just constantly bringing the mood down, bringing everyone down, stirring up crap, stirring up drama, and just does not work well with anybody, yet acts like they're like the big dog? It's Kevin Durant. So it doesn't matter where you go, what job you're doing, you're going to bring everyone down.
Saw it in Phoenix, and the same thing in Houston. If that happens once, it
didn't look like they were happy in Golden State either, but they were winning. But it didn't look like they were happy.
A one-off, just some bad luck, a bad mix. Happens twice, I'm giving it the side eye. Happens 3 times, you're on the hot seat. Happens a 4th time. I mean, dude, you're the problem, the one constant theme with all these teams.
Coincidence? I think not!
Now, one last thing I do want to touch on, looking at Durant's overall legacy. This guy as a player, just watching him play squad basketball, phenomenal guy, phenomenal talent. But if you're looking for more than that, just looking at the highlights, the big clip moments, Kevin Durant the player leaves a lot to be desired. The passing, playmaking, sometimes the defense, and most importantly, the leadership qualities of a true number one.
I mean, he's going to go down in history as basically just a really good scorer. And that's one thing I'll always give him, except for now that he's trying to play point guard. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But the majority of his career, the guy is a great high efficiency, consistent bucket. You need some points, give it to Kevin Durant, he's going to score. But that's it. And there's been so many players like that in the history of the game that it's just, I can't put him anywhere close to that all-time greats list, because that's all he did is just, he could shoot. Boy could shoot. But there's a lot of guys who could shoot in our history.
Looking at that Golden State team, that Golden State infrastructure that Steph Curry built. Steph for that team, he was the engine. Steve Kerr the steering wheel, Draymond Green the gas, and Klay Thompson was the brakes. For Golden State to function, they needed Klay, Draymond, Steve Kerr, and especially Steph Curry at their best. Kevin Durant in Golden State, he was the windshield wipers. Yes, kind of important. If you don't have them, they're not working. It's not going to make or break you, kill your car. Durant in Golden State was a piece of a
I mean, the thing is they were already so good without him. He just made them 10% better. That's all the room they had to improve at that point. So does that make him great? I don't know, man. It's like if okay, when the Lakers got their three-peat in the beginning of the 2000s. Imagine if Jordan joined that team in 2002. Imagine that. And then, he's just sitting there getting buckets and whatnot. There would be the same argument about that. How much better did you really make this team? Because they were dominating without you anyways,
Are already going 80 miles an hour. Now with him, did they go 100? Of course they did. But after him, still went 95 and captured their 4th title. So that right there is in the video. And I'll say one last thing.
Look at this point guard. Well, who does he think he is? Why? Nah,
Looking at sports, high-level sports.
Oh, God. Look at that entry pass. Guys, just watch it.
And I'll say one last thing.
Okay. You're not planted yet, so you can't pass the ball. Let's just see. Because I don't know this highlight. I've never seen it before. Okay. He's about to get planted. Yeah.
High-level sports, NFL, baseball, NBA,
turnover.
Everyone's talented, has some skills. And the best players, of course, undoubtedly, have tons of talent and skill. But if you're nitpicking certain guys, the top 1%, things like leadership, personality, how easy to get along with, those things in the long run matter immensely.
They do.
If we're winning a championship, chemistry has to always be on point.
Yeah.
For a lot of Durant teams, that's their one big-time fault, more so than passing, defense, any X and O's. Kevin Durant, the leader,
Hold on.
has to always be on point. For a lot of Durant teams, that's their...
Okay. You're white. Dude, turn around and shoot. Turn around and shoot. Right now. Dude, your defender is on the ground. Okay. All right. He's back on you. Now you got two bodies on you, bro.
More so than passing, defense, any X and O's. Kevin Durant, the leader, he simply is not him.
What? Oh my God, guys. Hold on. What is this pass? What is this pass? That's a panic pass. You're throwing the ball. Okay, look at the trajectory. The ball's going to land around here. You have one possibility of catching the ball. Okay? You got 1, 2, 3 people that are gonna collapse into it and get it. I don't understand what he's thinking. That's the problem. Like, this is incredibly low IQ plays.
Looking at game 3, not even showing your face on the bench, having quote unquote.
Okay, we gotta end the video.
For 3 hours,
we gotta end this.
It's downright pathetic.
Oh man.
If Durant in game 3 actually played, went 0 for 20, 0 for 10 from deep, had 10 turnovers, that wouldn't have been worse than him not being on the bench for his team despite being injured. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Dude, those clips, the background clips are, oh my God. It's abysmal to watch this kind of stuff. What do I have to say? I don't know. Dude, I'm so disgusted at what I just watched. I'll just end it with this. I'll make it a quick outro because it was a long intro, and I think you guys get my point, and you get Uncut's point, and you understand the gist of this. I'll just end it with this for anybody who's doubting, because I do know people like in real life that doubt the importance of how do I say it? You being as a leader, how important it is to be approachable, to be, fun to be around at least, and also to be a leader as in like, we're going to handle our crap in practice, and I'm going to do it in a mature way and a direct way and not a passive aggressive way, right? So I'm not going to talk trash behind your back. I'm going to tell you in practice what the problems are, and we're going to work on it until we get it right, and then we're going to feel great. We're going to feel confident going into the next game because we got our kinks worked out, right? How important that is. It's, guys, I know we only see these guys on the basketball court. That's the least that they do. The majority of the time that they're together is away from that basketball court. So if you see them miserable on the court, that's supposed to be the fun part, okay? All the preparing, all the practicing, all the workouts, all the dieting and all this crap that they have to do on a regular basis to be professional athletes, that stuff is the work. The going out on the court and playing in front of a crowd, that's the reward. That's the fun part. So if you see a team that is that miserable on the court, and everywhere a certain individual goes, in this case it's Kevin Durant, you see the team go from smiling, because they're making millions of dollars playing the basketball. Like, how great is life? But then that life all of a sudden becomes miserable when this guy Kevin Durant joins your team. What's that tell you? Of course that's important. I know it's important to just like be a killer and dominate the sport, but if you're not having a little bit of fun and you're not enjoying the game, you're not going to play well no matter what. And if you do, you're not going to last long because, you play the game to have fun, especially if you're making like $40-50 million a year. If you're not having fun anymore, what's the point of staying? You're rich. Walk away. So I think it's incredibly important to be the type of leader that people are. And Kevin Durant, like, this is just like his whole generation of NBA stars are just really, really passive aggressive. They don't seem engaged when it comes to practice or like verbal leadership. They make negative body language. They stare down their teammates in angry ways, raise their arms up in anger at them, instead of actually like talking to them like actual men, adult men, and conveying what you're angry about. I just don't like it. I never have. I wouldn't like that in the workplace. I wouldn't like it from a captain of a team. I wouldn't like it from a coach of a team. If there's a problem, we have to get it out in the open and talk about it. And I have a feeling, as weird as this is, that the whole Kevin Durant burner account, get off my Dickerson thing, I have a feeling it never got discussed. And that's why we saw this epic collapse. Because it never got out in the open. Now, if it got out in the open, could this have been salvaged? I don't know, man. It's pretty bad what he said. But at least if he were to acknowledge it and say, guys, I'm really sorry about what I did. I'm deleting my Twitter. I'm not going to do this anymore. I really apologize. I was venting. I was really angry and I shouldn't have done that. And I was bad leadership. I'm going to get better moving forward. I can almost guarantee you Kevin Durant didn't do any of that. So there's no chance of salvaging this. Might as well go to your next team. Keep team hopping, buddy. Keep doing it. Keep ring chasing. Maybe you'll get a third one eventually. And I don't know. You'll be in the category of Dwayne Wade. Until then, I'm out of here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out Uncut's channel. That video was hilarious. Hilarious and disgusting at the same time. But I appreciate it, man. Guys, thank you for watching. Like the video on the way out. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And for anybody who made it to the very end of my rambling here, 1, y'all the real ones. 2, guys, we are so close to 100K subs. I can taste it. I don't normally want awards or care about awards. I want that plaque, that silver plaque so bad now. I really do. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. We're almost there. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Guys, we're almost there. We don't even have to play no more games. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Peace out and be water, my friends. Thank you for everything.